Opinion time, and seeing what you guys think about this as well. You got a couple of fights, dream matchups, okay? Matchups that you think they might not happen, but if they were to happen, not only would they be amazing, but who would actually take the victory in these fights and how, okay? I have two random ones I'm gonna throw out for you. One of which I say is random. Everybody will have thought about this fight already, okay? And that is Khabib, who is known as the absolute wrecking machine now. Longest undefeated win streak that there is. Destroyed Conor, as we saw, which I know a lot of people made him more of a fan favourite because of that particular reason. Let's say one person who's a fantastic matchup for him, but something to get tongues wagging, get people thinking, how can this one go? The coming back of Rush, of George St. Pierre. GSP comes back. Now, you look at pretty much all of Khabib's fights. Yes, he can grind out the fight, but he will push your back up towards the fence, shoot nasty, and then you're down, and he will maul you, okay? Maul you. It's smothering with ground and pound, control pressure. He's just an absolute animal. So his thing is strength. He is so strong, okay? Anytime you see a documentary or a training session of him, people say that he is not like his weight. He is, it's like going up against a heavyweight at times in terms of how strong he physically is, vice-like grip, and he can just hold you where he wants you. You got one fighter who you say, I don't think that would happen with. GSP has got to be up there. GSP has got to be up there, okay? GSP, strength-wise, pound-for-pound strength, an absolute animal, okay? The fact that his comeback fight, he jumped up that weight and took out Bisping. And Bisping was on, let's be honest, I know a lot of people, will kind of talk down about Bisping a little bit because, of his record and he only won the title. Bisping was a monster, an absolute monster. And GSP to come back, inactivity, ring rust. So, who takes that fight? Who takes that fight? It's not my job right now. I want to see in the comments. Let's see who takes that fight. If you put Khabib now against GSP now. So GSP comes back and they fight now. Tell me how that one goes down. Okay, now that's the first one. Second fight for you. Let's see if anyone has even thought about this fight. Okay, it's a weird one because it's a fighter who are no longer in the UFC. They shipped him off to one championship and they swapped in with Funky Ben Askren. That went down well. And that is DJ, Mighty Mouse, Demetrius Johnson, who I still think is one of the best pound-for-pound fighters ever. Unfortunately, just didn't get the fan base, which was ridiculous. Let's put DJ against Dominic Cruz. Now think about that fight for a second. Weigh that fight up for a second, okay? Dominic Cruz versus Demetrius Mighty Mouse Johnson. When you talk about footwork, that would be, where would that fight take place? That would they would cover every single inch of the octagon. The thing would, it will go everywhere. It will go everywhere. But how does that fight go down? Okay, is Demetrius too quick? We did see obviously, Triple C. I don't know. A lot of people say that was a premature stoppage, but up until that fight, it even really wasn't particularly close. He was chopping away at his legs. And he's had a couple where he has got clipped quite a bit now, hasn't he? Admittedly, inactivity though, but as Dominic Cruz always says, ring rust isn't a thing and doesn't exist. And to be fair, his comeback fights are strong, but the Garbrandt one and then obviously most recently against Triple C. But I just think you put them in, that is a fight. And it won't be a finished fight. That will be a 5 rounds. We put that for a title. That'll be a 5 rounds. It would go to a decision. But I think we would see so much in that fight. And it's one of them rare occasions where one fight will bring out the best in both fighters. So if you look, what I've done is I've put together, I think, similar skill sets and then played them off against each other. So with GSP and Khabib, who takes it? It's going to be mauling strength. I think that GSP would keep that amazing. I think he would keep it standing and go back to a Koscheck jabathon maybe. Keep it range, keep it range, keep it range. And then Demetrius Johnson and Cruz. It's a weird. I got on a limb, and I think that DJ would. he would be able to take the points off him. I do. I think he'd be able to run up rounds on him, and I think he'd take it by a reasonably wide decision, but I think both those fights, unbelievable. So, see who you're going with on these ones, okay? So you've either got GSP against Khabib. How does that go down? Demetrius Johnson versus Dominic Cruz. Let me know how that one goes. See what you think. Opinions in the comments.